Okay, so now we're going to talk about the next attribute, and which is isochron and a half isochron. So isochron is when your time thickness is the difference of time thickness from your peak to your trough. That is your isochron. And your half isochron is your time thickness difference from your peak to your zero crossing and your zero crossing to your trough. So these are your half isochrons. So in your isochron, it tells you more about your change in your thickness, if it's thinning out, or if there is like a pinch out, or your phase shift change. So let me turn on my pointer right here. So if you see, look at the Shetland, how there's a phase shift change right over here. The pink goes into greens, goes into yellows, and look at these three parallel boundaries that are being created right here. Look over here, how green's turning into blue and the blues again turning into green. If you look into the hot channel, so hot is all blue, but the channel, it has yellow. So there's another phase shift that's coming in. So it tells you more about your phase shift change, if your layer boundary is thinning out. So then we go towards half isochron. So half isochron tells you about your phase shifts in more detail. So if I zoom into this layer right here, you will see this blue streak that you get in the same layer boundary. So why does you get your blue streak? If you look over here, this is resemble this. So you don't get a difference in isochron here. But if you look here, you see this doesn't resemble this. There's a kick right over here, and this kick here is the blue streak right over here. So the kick can actually, so you see how good resolution you get with your distant quadrant attributes. So right there. So let's plot isochron and half isochron. So I'm gonna escape here. There we go. Okay, and go to our AASPI. I hope it's still there. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to click on visualization, multi-attribute, and then I'm going to click on opacity blending. Cool. So once you have that, your base layer would be isochron, which would be okay, right here. So signed isochron. Your layer 2 would be your DQ. So let's click on the DQ valve here. Then what you do is you want to plot the wiggle trace. So click on plot wiggle trace. Uncheck your automatic wiggle. And so what we have decided in the release is that we are going, if you in your layer 2, you click on your DQ, you automatically your plot wiggle will turn on. And also your color bar will automatically be picked in. So hopefully in the release you won't have that problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to browse to our color bar, going to look for isochron, and then I think it's better to plot it, or let's do this. Because I know my isochron values. So minus 55 to 55 right there. Okay, like this. I like the reverse x-axis. So yeah, let's reverse that. Let's change the increment and let's plot it. There you go. So this is your all you see. This is all your phase shift change in the same layer. So that's how you can see it. So let's go and see the same line we saw for the stichogram, which was 10132. You can see how much detail you get here. So you see where your channel is, let me get myself out of there. You see where your channel boundary is, you can see a great increase in the isochron, and still you get a change in the isochron color. So the downthrown has a 5 millisecond decrease in the isochron compared to the upthrown, but you still see how the isochron increased right over here, and there's a channel over here, and how the increase in isochron you can see over here. So your phase shifts can actually be seen through your isochron, and I think let's plot half isochron too while we're here. So click to browse, same settings, and we're going to go signed half isochron. So it's half isochron, so it will be half of what you chose for your isochron. So 55, I'm going to go select 28 and 28. All right, your color bar right here will be isochron again, and your layer 2 looks good. So DQ and plot wiggle. All right, I think the reverse axis is ago. So we're gonna go and click on execute. Okay, perfect. Right there. So you see how much more detail you get there. And let me see what the increment is. I want to go with one increment. Okay, that's good. Okay, so you go to 101, 32. You have 10132 right here. So you see in the same boundary how your change in phase sheets is coming in. And like here, if you look over here, this blue is actually a limestone that's can come here. So you can actually compare these streaks here so you can see the change in phase sheets in more details. So let's go back to our presentation, see if we have some interpretation on it. So where was our, yeah, right there. So look at the isochron here. The thing I was telling you, so your downthrown has thinner isochron than your upthrown, but they both have a higher isochron. And if you look at the half isochron, so the streak of limestone is actually detected by our half isochron. So it's really good. Imagine this as phase sheet prediction. You're gonna run your machine learning and you wanna run on your phase sheets. Imagine this as one of your inputs.